been convicted on this certain thing multiple times. Him that sandal in my neck, he tearing it up. I told you. Jesus is sick of me.
Not
so
the Jesus
I'm
sandal,
getting
though.
it. I'm getting there. But
Big booty Judy. I hit the mic stand. Intro music though.
And we back. And we back.
I cannot take her seriously.
You liked it. Don't play.
We're gonna have to find a good any graphic people like could do graphics. Let us know because that can't be the beat.
That was cute. We are back with another episode of the Your Done Podcast.
And not me telling y'all that we can't do it and then
joining in
on her Delulu.
Exactly.
But not for real. Welcome back. I'm your host, Be More, Nevertheless.
And I'm your girl, Big Desto, not the little one. And you are tuned in.
You see
to the You're Done Podcast. Yeah, yes. We said that already. But yes, welcome back. We are back again. Some good old conversation. How's it going?
Pretty good. I had a good week.
Yeah.
Actually, today was chaos.
Why?
Well, first, I woke up at 7. I had to go get some things handled. And then I was in the process of trying to get everything in for the app.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the app.
Download the app, January 13th.
Yes. And so well, probably when y'all see this, it's probably going to be already out. So you probably should already have the app. But nonetheless.
What are you waiting on?
Right. So I was doing that. And then I knew we was going to be recording today. And so I just was like bouncing around from one thing to another. And I was like, I got to cook dinner. I got to do this. And so I was just like, you got this, Brittany. Again.
Meanwhile, the most I did go to the grocery store.
Oh, look at you.
I was telling Mama, I said, I'm not going back to that store because who I am, but it's just annoying.
Wait, what store?
HEB. HEB, I told Mama, I said,
You're not going back to HEB.
I am going back, but it's just annoying because, like, they have the biggest carts in the world. I said, ain't no reason we should be pushing around Suburbans down the aisle. And then Mary Ruth got her Suburban in the middle of the aisle with her kids talking about, I'm almost done. Move the cart to the side. People are trying to shop, and you're in the way.
Etiquettes of the...
They don't have good shopping etiquette in the store, in the mall, in the nothing, and that's why we do curbside. Because why? Why would you leave them right there in the middle of the aisle?
And I will pay extra.
And then they be over there like they don't know what they looking for. Girl, it's rice. You want jasmine or not?
Basmati.
What do you want? Get it and go.
Uncle Ben's and get out my way.
Exactly. So annoying. But anyway.
Right.
I've been in the bed just enjoying the last few days of my break.
Amen. So, yeah, everything kicks back up. I'm excited though.
Yeah.
In my field, everybody gets excited to work out in January. So.
Oh yeah.
So it's always exciting to see everyone excited. It's when they be trying not to come that I be like, bring it on over here. Yeah, because we got goals to meet.
This is just you're almost there, Destiny.
Yes.
You're my months, girl. But yeah, this week was pretty good though.
Yeah.
Can't lie.
But that's good.
Can't complain.
But one thing that did help, which I think was pretty good going into like our conversation today, is so I finally got Apple Music. I've been a Spotify girly, but everybody I know got Apple and they always want to share their playlist, and I'm just like, I know.
Right.
So I finally got it.
I used to be a Spotify.
Yeah, we had to let Spotify go. I still like y'all, but you know, my people not over there, so we got to go where they go. But lately I have been doing this thing where I don't know what it is about Big X the Plug. If you see this, holla at your girl. But I feel
the largest.
I just feel like keep my cousin, and
I'm
we need to hang
crying.
out. Like, we need to go out to eat. I just love. I have been like listen, because I'm back on my listen. It's a whole situation. Okay, and so,
You really listen to that guy.
I really listen to him, and it's so crazy. Okay. But okay, so for the most part though, if my kids are in the car, I'm like Disney down. I know all the songs. But every now and again I'm like, bump it. You know what I'm saying? Like they can listen to this. They probably gonna hear it somewhere else anyways. And I turned out fine. Right? And we turned out just fine.
That's why you and your what did he say?
Listen, we don't need to go there. So my sister started putting me on a few gospel artists because I have learned there is a whole so I already knew there was like a hip hop gospel genre. That's the word. But baby, that's an R&B one as well. So I have dived into this place of unknown. Out there. Yes. And it's interesting because it's not like I have just decided to be like, oh, because I'm reading my Bible more, let me like listen to more, because I'm usually like on my Yolanda Adams, you know, like your basics, you know, Kirk Franklin, you know, the usual. But now I'm just like, why is it when I'm riding my car, if I'm going to the gym, I feel like I should not be listening to my cousin, Big X the Plug.
She swear that's her cousin.
That is my cousin. Brianna is your sister. Big X the Plug is my cousin.
I'm crying.
Okay. And so what's been happening is like literally, y'all, I will be the last time it happened, because I was like, maybe it's just like a thing with my kids, right? And I was like, I'm gonna just listen to the song. So I listened to the song. I swear, right after that, this like, I don't know if y'all heard this artist called Sabrina Carpenter. That's like, okay. So she came on. And then Taylor Swift came on, which Brielle loves Taylor Swift. And usually songs like Who Runs the World, Girls Run, whatever the song is by Beyonce, things like that don't really bother me because I feel like that's empowering, you know, brown skin girl, like things like that is nothing. But the fact that I started off with my cousin and how we get to Sabrina, they're not the same. No. So I felt like God was like, the same station. See, you tried me. I told you to turn it. So now I got to show you. Exactly. And that to me was like my moment of like conviction of like, okay, now you really trying to make a change in me. And apparently I'm addicted to this music because I can't let him go. So I have dove into this new world and listen. I gotta find, did I put my phone? I don't even know where I put my phone, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I don't know.
But there is a song. When I find it, I'm gonna share it. But there is a song by this guy, and I have learned it today, and I just heard it today. But it's my jam. So
well, send it to me.
I'm gonna have to send it to you. And I had Brielle singing it during bow time.
I'm crying. It's been on repeat.
It's probably gonna be my top song, 2025.
2025 just started. She already got a top one, number one hit.
He is it, but it's a hip hop gospel. Yeah, but that's been like my first. I mean, I probably have been like convicted or felt feelings of conviction before, but like for whatever reason with this music,
because the music, y'all, they say the craziest stuff. Like, why are you playing with the devil? Why would you literally say it? Like, it's cool. And like the lyrics, like it could be you be jamming to the song, and then they just say some off the wall stuff, and you just be like, now why would you say that? Why would you ruin the moment we were having?
Right. With that was lit, but now I feel like,
and it's been a lot of stuff. Okay, so this past summer, I was gonna go to the Janae Aiko concert. But baby, I was so excited for that concert. Yes, I was so excited, and then I just kept feeling like God was saying, you're not going to that concert. And I kept trying to find reasons why I should. You know, like, well, see, God, it says this, you know, and it's not that I don't know the woman. Yeah. But, you know, and then I also try to be like, you can't believe everything you see online either. Yeah. But it went beyond what I saw online. And like you said, you just feel like something tugging on you, like, you're not going, you can't do that. And then I wasn't like looking up the stuff. It would just come to me. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, and obviously then I'd be like, oh, that's just TikTok listening to my conversation. Right. But
because the government be listening.
Exactly. So crazy. I just was like trying to go find every reason not to go to the concerts. And then I talked to Corey about it. I talked to Daddy about it. and I was like, okay, you know what? If it's going to be this complicated, I'm just not gonna go. Like if I'm going to the ends of the world to try to find a reason why I can go see Janae, it is not meant to be. And I love Janae down. You know, that was my girl. But I did not go to the concert. And when I didn't go, I felt like a sense of relief. Like I don't even like, okay, and I don't want this episode to, I mean, I don't care because that was one thing that I talked about too with you. Like, always feeling like I don't want to make everything about God. But it's like, everything is God. So it ain't my fault.
Yeah, it's the reason you up today.
So hello.
Here we are.
So it was just like, I'm constantly finding, like, believing what you see on the internet.
Yeah.
So I even stopped doing like, I say that to say, you can't believe everything that you see on the internet, obviously. But I was feeling something within me telling me not to do certain things. So I even went to the ends of taking every Janae Aiko song off my, like all her albums. I deleted them off my phone because I would just feel like I would just be driving and then it would just come on, and I was like, "Oh, like I know." So then I don't even do yoga no more because So then one time
you don't do yoga
because you know when they do yoga, when they do it's like a spiritual. I don't know. It's a spiritual.
Okay, I know what you're saying because they do say like certain sounds, do certain things.
And I'm not gonna lie, and I'm just gonna be transparent. And this was at a time like I used to do the marijuana thing, but this was at a time where I wasn't doing it, you know. And then I went to a friend, and we were going to go to do yoga, and I took an edible. Even worse. So we go do yoga after that. So I was trying to just blame it on that, but I've done yoga so many times. So many times and never felt this. I did that yoga and it was outside, so they becoming one with the ground and look. I was like, he was like, look up and do something like the stuff he was saying, y'all. I said, what we looking at? Nope, I don't like this because he wasn't saying specifically what we were looking at, like. I don't know. Then I was on, and now I'm just connecting the dots here. I was on TikTok. No, I wasn't on TikTok.
In the moment live. Okay, go ahead though.
But it was like, so they have these, they have different gods, right?
Yeah.
So they had the god of, I don't remember the names, the god of the sun, the god of the now, the god, so the gods of these different things on earth. And whenever God told Moses to go tell Pharaoh that he's going to do all these things, and he was like, what am I supposed to tell him? Like, how is he going to believe what I'm saying? He was like, you tell him that I am. And it's just like, so there's these different gods, and I'm like, he telling me to look up, and I don't know what we... I just felt so strange. That whole yoga session, I was just like, am I tweaking? Or, I don't know, I just felt weird.
Because listening to you tell the story, I'm definitely saying you tweaking.
I was, but I also wasn't supposed to be doing that.
You wasn't. You was not.
Yeah.
But if anybody else has partaken in the Mary,
I probably was
the
tweaking.
Jane, then you probably, but I will say, at the same time, I'm just like, but who's to say that it was just his way for you to hear and listen to him? Because why am I feeling, I don't understand why right now music is my thing.
Yeah.
Like, why can't I listen to big, like, I'm not about to go out here and murk nobody. I'm not about to be in them. I'm not about to be in them apartments.
The things that you consume yourself with.
I know.
The things that. So that's why y'all discombobulated. That's what you be listening to.
Listen.
Kill him, rob him. Wait.
But it's so crazy because I have never so I will say this. Actually, talking about connecting the dots. Wait a minute, pause. Because
it's a revelation.
I know, listen, because it's coming. But the episode, listen, if you feeling it, I'm with you.
This is water again, guys.
Again, yeah. As we talk about this, right? But last year, I was listening to a podcast episode, and I know at one point she didn't say that she and they say secular music, that she was like, clearly she has listened to it before, but she was saying that for whatever phase or thing she was going through at that time, she was saying that she was just not going to listen to secular music at all. And it was very interesting because I was like, ooh, I want to try. But right, you're just trying it because it sounds like, I think when you're starting your journey with God, you do all the things that you think you're supposed to do as a person walking with God. Not in the sense of like, I read it, this is so now let me be obedient to these things. It's just like, let me be a good person. But you could be a good person and hate your neighbor and you still sinning, you know? So it's just different things that I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try it. But then I did it and I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. It lasted for like 3 days. And it was a lovely 3 days, but then I mean, Big X the Plug wasn't that hot then. Yeah. So I don't know who I was really listening to then, but I'm pretty sure Megan Thee Stallion or somebody was popping up. Yeah. And probably I can't even twerk, so I don't even know what I was listening to. What you listening up for? Because I ain't not a hot girl. I mean, I am for the Lord. I'm crying. You keep listening to that music, you'll be a hot girl, all right? I'm just playing. But it's just for real, it's just crazy because it's like, why would music? Because it's not, because it's the thing that you're consuming. I know, but I don't feel like I'm doing anything. Obviously, you're not going to kill and rob and, you know. I hope. I don't know what you do at night. I sleep is what I really do. But I just feel like when you do like indulge in certain things, it does give you a call. I think it's more so about your spirit. It's not to say like, I heard somebody say this and this and that, so I'm gonna go do it. Yeah. I think it's more so in regards to your spirit and what you're feeling on the inside, if that makes sense. Because the fact that we're listening to like hip hop, sometimes the beat is all I need. I'm just like, hey, you know, I don't know what these people say. Amen. That's all you know. That part. But it's very interesting that I'm listening to like hip hop gospel and like I'm learning the words and like I'm excited. And it's still giving you like that same like bop feeling, like just you know, like you know that you're on the right path, right? Though. You could have listened to it and hated it completely. Yeah, true. But you don't. I know. You don't bop the same song. Listen, I done made a playlist, people, and if you in the app, you got the playlist. But it's a whole situation, and I think I'm onto something, right? Because this okay, I will say this too. If you've ever heard of the artist, I think his name is Alex Jean. When I thought this man was. What's that man that Pop Smoke got that deep? I said, "Is Pop Smoke?" He made no, he definitely did not with a name like Pop Smoke. No, right? But when you hear it, you're gonna be like, "This is like a Pop Smoke mixed with Gideon." I'm crying. I need to listen to this playlist, and because again. I don't know any of these artists, right? So when you just start getting into new things, it's just like you're hearing things and it's like it's reminding you of something else, but it's just I think that's the whole point of it, though. Right? I don't know who they are. Yeah, because I can listen to song. I can only listen to it so many times. Who? Take Me to the King. Oh, no. I can only listen to those songs so many times. I'm tired, Marvin. For real. They're too slow. Cora. Right. Cora. Tamala, I'm tired. So I just need a variety. I know. So the beat does help, especially when I'm working out. Yeah. So the fact that I'm already like hype, I'm like, okay, this is what's up. But that's like my first like real conviction of things. Oh, well, outside of music, I feel like I've been convicted before. And, sorry, Lord, I've been convicted on this certain thing multiple times. That sandal in my neck, he tearing it up. I thought I told you. Jesus is sick of me. Not so Jesus. I'm getting it. I'm getting there. But I feel like one of the biggest things, and like we talked about the other day, is the sexual sin. I'm not married yet, and I have not obviously because. I mean, you wouldn't know that. But I have had sex without being married, right? So, horrible sin. I hate it about myself, but I can't take back what I already did.
But I was once in a relationship. Well, probably like we were probably together like at least a year at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and we were long distance. I said, I'm gonna be celibate. Crazy to try to do like
so you were together for a year and it was already going on, and then
yeah. So being in wow, crazy. What was I thinking? Right, I'm in a relationship. This man is like, you come to me after a year of us already doing this, and be like,
yeah,
and I'm like, well,
no problem.
Yeah,
like get on board with me.
Yeah, that was the struggle. But my thing is, maybe that was a way, but I should have probably broken up with that person. That those things are taking me away from what God has called me to do. Yeah. But I stayed in that. Anyways, so it's just like certain things I feel like I have been convicted on, even with the smoking thing.
Yeah.
So I did that. I did that a lot in college, and then I stopped, and then but I would find myself, and if I'm around certain people, I would indulge in it again, and then I would feel like, and this was maybe like, we ain't gonna go that deep, but I've done it. And I felt like, okay, this is not what I want to do. I'm not going back down that rabbit hole of doing this, blah, 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 blah. And needless to say, I stopped hanging around certain people, and I'm back on track with what is best for Destiny. Yeah. So that's why I say, so with the music thing, even though you're not going out and doing exactly what they're saying, I guess in this aspect, I was being around certain people and doing certain things that I want to stop doing. But everything that you consume, the people that you hang around, the environments, all that matters when you're trying to stay focused on God. You can't be in both places at the same. I mean, you can. It'll be a struggle though, and why make it harder than it has to be?
That's very true. I feel that.
So that was my convictions. I'm sure God has convicted me on some other things. I feel like a lot of mine were probably like relationship based. So not. I don't want. I guess there's still convictions of just saying like, Destiny, please. Yeah. They raggedy and you know it, but I also felt like I could fix everybody.
Not being a fixer.
Oh, I don't know what was wrong with me. I was young, fix they like young whatever her name is. That was me. And I was just like, oh, well, they're not that bad. Oh, he said that he went to church when he was a kid, so maybe now that that was me. Baby, they be faking it.
And they show you who they are.
So when they show you who they are, believe it, child, because they are imposters. Fraud.
They're done.
No, for real.
But I think sometimes it's like, it's crazy because, okay, hear me out. Okay, before we listen, we don't judge. I be feeling like, because I'm not out here. And this is where you really get into it. Going back to what you said too. If y'all haven't realized, I'm a person who be thinking in their own head, and putting pieces together at the same time that I'm talking. So I apologize as I'm getting my thoughts out. But because I'm not out here like she say, like shooting up, robbing people, taking stuff from my grandma, stuff like that. I'm just like,
taking stuff from your grandma is granny do.
People be stealing from their grandma.
Run up in your house while your grandma's sleeping. Oh, granny.
But I be like, I'm not doing that. So I'm clearly on my way to heaven. Like,
But not necessarily.
Because now that I'm like, not just listening, because I haven't found a church home. Now, when I lived in South Carolina, I used to attend a church and I would go in person, but I haven't found one since I've been here. So I listen to church. I'm an online church goer at the current moment. But most of the time, I would even sit in church or I'm listening to church and I feel like, you know how like when people start talking and then like, you've been through something or you think about somebody and you be like, they should hear that. That was a good word because that was some stuff that and it's like, well, maybe it's really for you because out here acting like you just got your stuff together. And I would do that a lot. And so now I feel like I'm getting into a place where I'm reading the Bible. And like when I read it, then I'm like, well, hold up. And then I just start writing. Like I'm like writing questions to the point that when they talked about I called you. When they was talking about them animals that Noah put on that ark, I was like, baby, what up the wild animals?
Yeah.
How many? Because they did not say that. And then, when you're a kid, you hear 40 days, 40 nights. I'm like, homeboy was on the ark, 40 days, 40 nights. Baby, no, read it.
150.
He was on there for
150 days.
Right? He was on
150 years.
Yes. They
Yeah,
ain't
a
there
long
like a
time.
year. It was crazy work. So I feel like
I think he was 600 when he went on that ark, and he was 601 when he got off.
Crazy work. My point. He was on there for like a whole year.
Yeah, he was on there
and
a while.
not just no 40 days and 40 nights. So now that I'm starting to interpret the Bible, not just from a standpoint of so I can tell somebody else what they need to be doing, but like these are things that I need to change. And I think it's even harder because they're basic things to change.
Yeah.
It's like if you was out here stealing, clearly you ain't supposed to steal.
Yeah,
So now
so
you need to
just
change
stop.
that, right?
Take it back.
But mine is like, you can't listen to Big X, but why not?
Yeah. Cause
you can't.
Cause I said so.
Right? So
that's what the God is down there like, this girl want an explanation for everything.
I got a question for the question.
So.
Right? And
Ask me that one more time.
And then also realizing like a sin is a sin. And as much as we know that, I think it's based off like our government, right? If you, I don't know, you smoke weed, probably go to jail just as much as the man who, in our world. But we ain't gonna go there. We're not getting into politics. But but I'm realizing, especially when you're reading the Bible, you realize like a sin is a sin. At the end of the day, if we're really getting down to the nitty gritty, which is I'm trying to go to heaven. I don't like Texas heat. I know dang well I ain't.
He gonna struggle.
And then you down there with the real criminal, bro. I cannot. I'm not gonna make it. I already know I ain't gonna make it. Y'all already know I'm not gonna make it. So
no.
Now I am getting to a place with the music that I'm starting to make that change. And now I'm doing it in front of my girls as well, because I'm just like, okay, I need you to see that this is what I'm doing. And then it's exciting that she started.
It's crazy that you say that, because I'm not even a mom yet, y'all. And I feel like to make me be so dedicated to becoming, outside of doing it because this is what God had called me to do, I say things like even when I'm writing my notes or I'm doing this with the Bible or I'm trying to make these certain changes, it's like, I don't want my future kids to look at me and be like, my mama always say X, Y, Z, but as soon as somebody make her match, they all B words and they mama this and they da-da-da-da.
Because me outside.
So I'm really trying not to better myself solely for myself, but for my kids that's to come. I don't want to be that type of mom, So even with like the decisions that I make and when you, like you said, learning the Bible more in a deeper level and how to really apply to your life, just because I'm sinning, that sin, I'm not the only one that's suffering from that sin.
Yeah.
Clearly, Eve, we're still struggling because of her. For her and Adam, because Adam was right there watching her eat the apple and he had a bite too. So we're going to blame both of them. Our great, multiple great grandparents was out here disobeying the Lord, and now we're struggling because of it. And I don't want my kids to have to struggle because I decided to make ill decisions.
That you knew.
That I knew that I was wrong.
And that's where I be right now.
And that's the worst thing. It's one thing to be out here doing something and not knowing it's wrong, but it's one thing to do it and you know you ain't supposed to be doing it.
Yeah, that part.
Like you really just don't care.
You're done.
Yeah. And my baby deserved better.
That part. That part. Yes, my niece and nephew did. So it's,
So that's convictions.
It's crazy. It's
big or small.
Yeah, big or small. And I think that's like always the hardest part, because I find it interesting even when you see people who grew up in the suburbs and then they be quick to be acting like they off of Lake Road.
I got it out the mud.
You was in Amber? Oh, stop playing with me.
Right. What? Mud.
The closest you got was maybe Sundance Apartments. I'm going to need you to stop.
Hey, you ain't getting nothing out the mud. Why that's blinking?
Absolutely nothing. I know. Dang on. It is not about to die. Should I pause and we come back? Because why did you notice that?
Because, yeah. Y'all, if it ain't one thing, it's another. But hey, y'all. We magicians.
No, for real.
Nah, remember last episode? We are a 2-woman show. But we're back. Just to stay on track. I don't remember what.
No, I want to be real for a second.
Oh.
Real quick, as we talking about convictions. Oh. And because I'm pretty sure we've done an episode where we were talking about things we're going to be done with. And I think this is like so real because when I say we are really out here being our own producers and everything for this podcast, that camera literally just started blinking and then we had to like cut this real quick.
And the camera thing just said, just kidding.
Yeah. And it was like
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
you're done. And so we were like, dang, do we pause? Do we figure out like how we was sitting? And I'm like, no, let's be real because this is exactly what's happening. Yeah. Now we're hoping we're going to figure this out. We should never have this problem again. But yeah, crazy work. Yeah. Crazy work.
I was sitting here like, whatever.
What the heck? So I just, listen, bear with us. But anyways, we're going to get back into it. Yeah. I just wanted to go ahead and just let that be known because I know it's going to be like, she was really on the road about something and y'all just stopped talking.
Yeah. And I'm so sorry. I don't remember what I was saying, but I was cooking.
I was for real.
No, but yeah,
but convictions. Right, for real. No, but I do know we was just talking a lot about pretty much how like we be assuming things are so small. So because of those things, when you have to start making these changes and getting yourself into position, well, not really getting yourself into position, getting into the position that he's calling you to be in, you just be like, that can't be it because it seems so minute. It seems so small. Because I'm pretty sure if y'all want to go, somebody gonna go out there and put a count on how many times I said Big Zex the Plug is my cousin. But when I say...
He ain't.
He really not, because I'm not even from Dallas. But listen, I went to school near there.
It's not a cousin. Watch it end up being your cousin.
Right. But I just be like, what is changing this is gonna do? But also, again, reading the Bible, reminding myself that every sin, one is not better or greater than the other. Yeah. So if my ultimate goal is to go to heaven, who am I to say,
that's a small sin.
I'm not going to go because I can't let my cousin go? He got to go. I love you.
I'm the Big X.
Right. But Big G-O-D.
He the biggest and the largest.
He the biggest and the largest. And I don't need him to be on his BS with me, okay?
He said, I can't talk to you no more.
For real. So I just be feeling like it's just an interesting time that I'm in. And then when you're talking about you having kids and then, you know, my girls, there are a lot of times that I'm like pausing and I'm like, how do I want to show up? So like she has the vanity. And to me, I'm like, hey, what does she need a vanity for? But I also am like, I'm 35 and I feel like I'm just now finding like my femininity and like being comfortable in my own skin and like realizing like every bit of me is a woman, and regardless of how I choose to put it out there, like I'm not the one to have my boobs sitting up in my face or nothing like that, or walking around with my cheeks hanging out. That's just not respectful to me, or at least how I want to carry myself, and then how I want people to be like, oh, that's Breon's wife. No.
Yeah.
If somebody's gonna see my cheeks, he will see my cheeks.
Yeah. Only one.
But and so I do feel like now that we talking about it, it's a really small thing and it's really not that big of a deal. Like it's okay for me to not have to listen to that genre.
Because at one point in life, you did it.
Right.
Listen to him. And you were A-okay.
A-okay. Because Barney was life, okay? I did not like the Teletubbies. They're weird.
Oh, you said Barney.
Barney. Who you thought I would?
You said Barney.
Who is he?
I don't know.
You thought he's somebody new on my gospel list. Probably is. Not.
Like, I don't know who that is.
I don't know the people yet. But I'm just like, you know, now that we sitting here talking, I'm just like, you know, maybe I keep saying like, it's so small. What is it going to do? But like, it could be literally everything. it could be one thing that's leading me into something else. Now I'm more open to realizing something else. Because
Exactly.
one of my biggest things too this year that I've been asking for is I've been like, Lord, like talk to me, and I want to hear, because like we all hear Tabitha Brown. She just be like, yeah, and the Lord say it, and I'd be like, what he sound like? Because I've been trying to listen to Homeboy for quite some time.
Oh, but when you do, I've recently heard God speak to me like a week ago. But before then, it was a while. He probably was saying the child I wasn't listening. But I was literally like laying in the bed, and I was just about to start scrolling. I just woke up, about to just start scrolling on TikTok, and I'm listening to the TikTok, and I'm like, he not saying like it's like I know what you know how they have TikTok sounds. I know what the sound is supposed to be saying, but he's not saying that. And it said it twice. It said, get up. And I'm like, what is he saying? And then it said it again. Like, it's like the person is saying it almost. And then after that second one, all I heard was the TikTok.
Nah, baby, I got to.
No, it was strange, but I said, let me get up. Because I don't know what that was. And that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of the times when I say stuff like, oh, I heard God talk to me, when I say it out loud, it sounds so crazy because God is somebody we can't see. You know, it's like, how do you know that's him? But it's just like, when you know, the first time I could really, really, really say I heard God talk to me when I was in college. And it's always when I wake up. I woke up and God was just like, you're done with that. And I'm not going to go into what it was, but I literally called them up. I'm done with him. But they were like, what? The Lord said it. Gotta go.
We're not arguing.
Hang up on you. Not in the mood.
Because you're done.
But when I just started, and it's crazy because this happened at Corey in the bathroom, and I was just laying in the bed, and it said, get up. So I just got up. I ain't saying, this is the first time I've actually said this out loud.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell Corey it happened. And I just prayed. And it was a good prayer too. And I was like, oh, I needed to say those things.
Yeah.
And I just went on about my day. But it would literally like, get up. And I'm like, why is the phone saying that? Like, I'm literally tripping out almost. Like,
no, I would be
so
tripping
he said
out.
He said it one more time. Like, you heard what I said.
Right?
I said,
because I am the burning
Brittany.
bush, and I said what I said.
Yeah.
Crazy. That thing went crazy.
But yes, God does speak to you, and obviously I feel like it's never just the same. It was the first time I heard him speak to me. It didn't sound like what it sounded like the other day.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not often, but I do feel like the more you dive deep into, I hope y'all can hear me, the more you dive deep into the word and you are able to be like, oh, I've been convicted of something, I can release that, you'll hear it more clearly.
Yeah.
So, or even when you hear it and you do exactly what he's asking you to do, you know, it'd be fine. It could be simple stuff. Like, I'll be like, God, I want you to do X, Y, and Z. And like I could use an example for today. It's like a small voice in my head was like, okay, well, you need to go do that. And it was something that I need to do for myself to get to where I want to be, but I didn't feel like doing it. But I was like, I don't want to. I don't really feel like doing that.
And that'd be interesting. But now that you say that, that does make sense, because you kept saying to me earlier, like, it's opening you up for something else.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I want to be able to hear you, but maybe the things that
you're clouding your mind.
Right, I'm clouding my mind with these other things just because I want to be like, back on my book.
And he's like, I'm talking to you, but you can't hear me because you have this other noise going on in your mind. That's why I said it don't mean that you have to go out and physically do these things, but this is what you're consumed with. Like you, if I'm listening to Big X the Plug all the time, you know how you just randomly walk around the biggest, the largest, like you just randomly just reciting stuff that you hear all the time, like TikTok sounds. I'm over here. Whatever they be doing on the Tupac dance.
How did I gotta dance to Tupac? I just don't understand how we got there. But anyway.
It's just certain things, even you see it and you listen to it all day long, that is what you're going to.
Yeah. So how am I going to be able to hear him when I'm clouding my mind with other worldly things?
Mm-hmm. Hey.
It's full circle moment. Because
So
that's crazy.
But I think that it's
But
also
beautiful.
yes, because I was just gonna say the destiny a few years ago. It wasn't no way I'm finna just be sitting. Because the thing, I feel like I think that is a topic of just knowing about growing up, going to church, and being on your own journey as an adult.
Yeah.
But it's just like I've known God all my life, you know, and it's just another thing. Oh my gosh. See, this is how I'm one of God's favorite. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Sorry if you didn't make the list, but I'm like top 2, not 2. Okay, so
I think the list was named after me though.
So when I was little, I wonder if Daddy remember this. Daddy used to play this song all the time. Now behold the Lamb, right?
Yes.
And one day I cried in church, and I was like, okay, what's that about? What am I crying for? These people hooping and hollering. I don't know what's going on. I'm a kid.
Yeah.
So then one day we were in the car. It was just me and Daddy, and he's playing the song, and I'm like, look. I was just sitting there, and I felt myself about to cry, and so I started looking out the window because I'm like, I'm good. Like, what am I crying? But I didn't want him to know I was crying.
Yeah.
But eventually, I was just like, I don't know what's wrong with me right now, but I'm literally like, I'm not sad. I'm not. He was like, that's the Holy Spirit working within you. And I was like, but I'm like 11.
And I'm okay.
Right?
I just want a snack.
Shut up. But I say that to say, like, growing up and realize or having these moments where I feel like God is like really working within me, and to see how far I've come now. Because I done took the long route. I told y'all earlier I was partaking in stuff I shouldn't have been. But it's just like, I've come, even in those moments, I was in my roommates, we would go to church. You know, I wasn't just a heathen, but I have had to learn to let go of certain things along the way. And even now to this day, I remember I was going through a lot in Charlotte. That song came on. I'm on my way to work, boo-hoo crying. I don't know what Kirk and them put in that song. The child be crying.
There is one song like that for me too. And I cry every time I hear it. And I'm just like, what the heck? But it's also, I think instead of, the last time that I heard it, I don't think I cried. But I do know the last time I did cry when I did hear this particular song, it was like a relief. Like a release, I guess I should say. Because I don't know what I felt like I was releasing, but I guess it's kind of like what you're saying. When it's something, if we're asking God for something, and it's something that we want to be able to hear, or something that we're wanting to change, all of those things have to come from within. But there's other things taking up that space. So until you can clear that releasing, then how is he going to fill you with everything else that you're out here asking for? So I do feel like sometimes when I'm crying, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm holding on to, but maybe if I cry, like I'll let that out, and then whatever it is he's trying to replace that with, then I'm open now to receiving that. Because I don't be me, honestly, because I already told you I'm not one to be real tight with my emotions, because I will cut it out. But I do feel like crazy, because I tell y'all, my sister is way more emotional than I am, but my kids, especially my youngest.
I was going to say that Breland.
Oh my God. She's like,
me.
Do y'all know In and Out? Is it called In and Out? Inside Out. That little, like, she's the one just sitting there hitting them. I be like, why don't nobody stop her? Like, all her, she has a lot of emotions, but I'm not saying I'm always good with it, because sometimes I'm like, Breland, I'm not doing no more hugs. I ain't got no more hugs. But I do. I want a huggy. And I'll be like, go put a diaper on. This is in my mind, people. In my mind, not that kind of hugging. Please don't go back to diapers. But I just be feeling like because of them, it's showing, because a child is the purest thing, right? And I feel like there's, in ways, they're getting me to slow down. I keep asking for these things, and through them, I'm literally having to work on it, because
I asked for patience, and the Lord gave me a Corey. Love you so much.
You get married to the thing you have to be the most patient about.
I'll show you some patience. I gotta be patient with my man.
Love them. We love y'all, but
and they gotta be patient with us too.
Right? Because I'd be like, what? Where did you get that thought process from? But so I think I am definitely learning through my kids. Like things are coming up and I'm like, oh, so this is how this goes. And it's so funny. And I don't know why this happens. You could tell me if this happens or if you do this, but why is it that you finally make the change? Okay, you've been doing something, right? Ongoingly. And then you're like, okay, I'm always feeling like crap when I do that. I know I probably heard that I should not do this. Maybe it's not just my voice. It is him. I need to change. And then you change it that one time and you go, dang, I feel good. But then it come up 6 months later. Same thing, different person, but you know it's the same. And then you go, instead of doing, literally repeating what made you feel good, it's just like, now that take up too much energy. And it's like, really, you being disobedient.
To make sure.
You really being disobedient is what's really taking up all the energy. If you really just would do what he said in the first place, we'd be over and done with.
Yeah.
So, to say the least, send me all of y'all gospel, hip hop, and R&B, because I got the old school on lock. Okay, I don't need no more of those. That playlist can go on
There's
from here to Timbuktu.
It's got to move.
Right?
We got all those songs.
Amen. But
amen. And amen again. Shout out to D.
I be needing some bops. Some gospel bops. Because it's really been helping.
And we're on a journey. So with that being said, I guess it's clear. So here, what we're done with this episode. We are done with holding ourselves back simply because we don't want to be obedient to what God has called us to do. We are done not listening. We are done with the bad habits that He's called us to let it go. Let it go.
Like Frozen.
And obviously, our convictions ain't got to be yours.
No.
But you know what the Lord has told you to stop doing. You know certain things that you told yourself you was going to stop doing. Sometimes God ain't even got to tell you to stop doing it. You know their baby daddy raggedy. Leave him alone. You know that girl at the club ain't no good and she just want to take all your money. Stop going to the club. You know what I'm saying? It ain't rocket science. And I'm taking my own advice. I don't want to get on here like I just know what I'm talking about.
No.
Maybe it's a journey.
As you can hear, we've told you we had to work up to this. Because it ain't always been this way.
Exactly. So just, be done with all of the things that hold you back from being that person that God not only called you to be, but literally created you to be.
That's a word. Okay, let it cook. Okay. I'm not even supposed to be listening to that music, but it's the phrase.
So yeah.
Let her preach.
Hey. Sister Desto don't play.
Okay. Sister Act.
And tune in next week for some more gems from the girl, because I got you.
Yeah.
Hello.
So,
but yes, that is our episode for today.
Right. We'll catch y'all. That was a good one. That was good.
Hey,
I feel good. Yes. Clearly, every episode we're gonna have a bop from her, because why she gotta drop a beat and sing her own song.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Her own tunes.
Until next time.
We'll see y'all in the next episode.
Peace. Oh my gosh.